back to another week of Nexus grain market updates. It is Tuesday afternoon, 3:41 p.m. Let's just get to the markets right now. I'm 373 to 375 across my terminal markets for old crop corn. I'm 369 for new crop corn across my terminals here in the company. Those prices are down about 2 pennies from yesterday at this time, and up 4 and 2 cents respectively for old crop and new crop for prices versus last week. Soybean market is faring fairly well. It was up very strong today. Didn't close quite so well, but I am 971 to 976 across my terminals for old crop soybeans as well as new crop soybeans. The soybean market is tracking versus the November for August, September, and October. So we're at a straight new crop bid right now for soybeans across the all of the complex of elevators. I do like to study charts, and I spoke to a group yesterday, made a statement that they didn't quite, I don't think they quite believed it really well, but presently, the soybean market is trading more than $1 over, and I'm talking March futures right now, because that's really what we're probably going to be keying off of once we harvest our new crop soybeans. For those that choose to put those up and track those particularly late winter futures months, we're about $1.12 over the contract low. Contract low was established in the March soybeans on the 19th of December of 2024. Presently, right now, those closed about at $10.76. So right at about $1, greater than the low that was established quite some time ago. The corn, on the other hand, completely different story. Corn, on the other hand, as we all well know, has been on a very significant slide. Contract lows in our March corn were established merely less than 2 weeks ago, the 12th of August. Those lows were sitting at $4.10. And my overnight trade right now, let's see if I've got some quotes here for March corn. I'm showing March corn at $4.26. So there we are. We're up about 6 cents off of or 16 cents off of our contract lows with our corn market. Really, the most controversial thing, and there's a lot of stuff to argue about with grain markets. I'm going to go over maybe some recent history and then the Pro Farmer Tour from Friday, just to touch base with this. The WASDE number of corn 188.8. We all know that. We've beat that number into the ground. Pro Farmer 182.7. Some will argue that Pro Farmer is traditionally maybe a little bit light, but nonetheless that has provided some support for our corn market. B number, I don't consider it particularly statistically significant. WASDE number of 53.6 across the nation. Pro Farmer at 53.0. The thing that I do want to point out to all of the viewers is the cost of carry. Again, we're all paying about 8% interest for operating capital. Carrying charges are going to be a significant thing this fall. I did some exploring. Start with soybeans. Soybeans are providing 57.5% cost of full carry to get from the September to the May. Same period, November to May, 49.5. So there's your cost of carry, or your turn to carry on soybeans. Corn is quite a bit higher. Corn market is providing between September and May 62.1%, and Dece to May 53%. So between the two, the soy is dragging. Again, it's going to probably influence most of our producers to do what they like to do, and given a choice between storing corn and storing soybeans, we will tend to store corn. I don't believe that this fall is going to be much of an exception to that. The carryout numbers, I did do a fast reconciliation. of what I know has shipped out of here, what's been reported since the June stocks report. Export numbers are usually pretty accurate. When you add up the export numbers and look at the reported amount of crush, both by NOPA and our NAS service, we're checking out within about 20 million bushels. The NAS is showing 330 million bushels of bean carryout. I'm coming up with about 359. Not a particularly significant number. Corn is a little trickier since there's several different markets for corn. They all have different reporting periods, and the usage of corn over time tends to be a little more difficult to track. What I was backfeeding off of is the June 1 stocks report, and extrapolating forward with the corn usage through August. Mind you that September 1, that's new crop on the books with NAS. At that point in time, we are certainly in a new crop year. I believe that we're still probably going to see anywhere between a 1.3, maybe a 1.4 billion bushel old crop corn carryout. The numbers as they're turning out right now is actually cranking out a little bit over 1 billion, which tells me that our June 1 stocks report was pretty light. There's a lot of different explanations for how that could happen. Could be reporting. We may be underestimating last year's crop by several bushels. Really doesn't matter a great deal at this point, but suffice to say that a 1.4 is probably a number you can take to the bank. As far as outside markets, not a whole lot else going on. The oil did take a pretty good slide today. Crude oil ended up down $1.50. Gold more or less steady, up 20 bucks, and the U.S. dollar is continuing in a consolidating manner. It's been occurring now over the past 2 weeks. Not a lot to report there. U.S. dollar index is trading at about 98 cents. So that's really what I have to say. I want to thank all of you for being Nexus customers, and I do encourage you to check out our other business units: agronomy, feed, seed, fuel, even lumber. We are launching an initiative. If some of you may have heard about this, some of you may have not, Nexus. And if you see a couple of Nexus representatives together representing different portions of Nexus Cooperative, don't be too concerned about that. Don't be too alarmed. It is an effort within the company to bring awareness to our member users, member owners of the different enterprises that your cooperative is involved in. So again, I thank you for your business, and I look forward to seeing you. Goodbye now.